In a life where you have everything you need to stay comfy and alive, it's normal to forget how hard it is for some people to keep living without problems and issues. This specific matter was addressed by Rob Bliss, who had a conversation with a homeless man that lived on the streets of New York City back in December of 2017. The conversation completely shook Bliss, and he decided to do something that positively changed the life of that man that day. Bliss loves New York City, and he's currently living in this incredible place. He's a videographer and a film director who also has his viral marketing agency, which is called Rob Bliss Creative. The company already had some time in the market, being founded back in October of 2011. It started big, working with companies such as Chrysler, UpTV, and Amtrak. Although he's a successful man, Bliss hasn't forgotten about the less fortunate, and his company offers its services to nonprofit organizations, specifically helping to create viral content for them. The campaigns that Bliss's company have made before have reached more than 100 million views on YouTube. So it's safe to say that this man knows what he's doing. According to him, their methodology is quite simple. They believe that the content has to pull rather than being pushed. They see viral content like a drug, and the idea is to make that drug have the most incredible effect and as quickly as possible. He also adds that it's crucial to make your viewing experience an intense emotion. This makes it more likely for them to share your content. Millions of people can be reached, and if your content is right, then they'll share it. This creates unprecedented engagement, and it's what ultimately earns media coverage. Bliss was already in the marketing and entrepreneurial world before he founded his agency. He also founded a nonprofit that's well known for creating incredible community events. One of them, and the most creative one, involved a 500-foot water slide right in the middle of a street in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They've also organized music festivals that extend for days. If that wasn't enough, the entrepreneur also has his own YouTube channel, which started back on August 29, 2012. He only has 6 videos at the moment, but he's already earned more than 37 million views in that short period. The online community eats up his content. The latest one was the most heartwarming of them all. The video is correctly titled, "How to Hijack Amazon Prime Now for Good." And the idea behind it was to use the top-rated service, Amazon Prime Now, which is Amazon's fast delivery service, for a noble cause. The video was published back on December 12, 2017. In the first seconds of the video, the director explains very quickly what his goals were. He continues by saying that there's been significant development of smartphones that you can use for ordering goods that are not being delivered in 1 or 2 days, but you can get in just a few hours. Everything is now in your reach, and you can order almost anything you want. The dissonance? At the same time, there's been a 40% increase in homelessness. He continues by saying that it's a complicated matter, of course. You can go walking to your work one day and see someone who could benefit from a sleeping bag. You can think about running to a store, buying one, and delivering it, but if you do that, you'll be late to work. And this exact scenario happens to thousands of us in a daily matter. That's why we end up walking by a guy with no socks on in the middle of December and not doing anything. This is the main thought that made the engine of Bliss's mind start to work. A new idea that no one had thought about. What if we could repurpose the same apps we use to bring ourselves ice cream and iPhone chargers to finally bring that guy a pair of socks? Would Amazon deliver it? We don't have a real address. I had to find out. The idea was set, so Bliss took the streets of New York by surprise that day. He used a hidden camera to speak to homeless people. The question was simple. What would you need ahead of Christmas? He approached the first man, and he told him that he needed a new pair of socks and shoes. Bliss told him, "Sounds good. Let me see what I can do, all right?" And he walked away. After knowing what the man required, Bliss took his phone and ordered both of the items through Amazon's Prime Now service. The instructions were, well, quite odd. Give the package to Jack, the guy sitting outside with the gray beard and brown jacket. It wasn't long before Bliss saw the Amazon courier walking towards Jack. He delivered the package and topped the delivery with a friendly pat on the shoulder. Jack was baffled. The only thing he managed to say was, "How do I thank him?" And then he took a closer and amazed look at his new shoes and socks. This was just the first experiment. From that moment on, the video shows other homeless people getting Amazon Prime Now packages with items that were ordered by Bliss. One of them, who was particularly grateful, was a couple that was sitting on the sidewalk with their dog. Another man had asked for a backpack, and he was noticeably thankful when the package arrived. The couriers did the job well, and they acknowledged all the homeless men with a handshake or a fist bump. One specific man brought tears to everyone's eyes. When Bliss asked him what he needed, the man told him that someone had stolen all his clothes, phone, and everything. He had nothing. That was the last order of the day. This made the man's day and changed his life for good. The video ended up with a definitive and robust message. You can help too. Needless to say, the video already has more than 2 million views and 64,000 likes since being posted on YouTube. It also has more than 4,600 comments. Mostly all of them were positive, but one of them was the epitome of what this video makes us feel. This isn't a social experiment. This isn't a prank. This is pure kindness, wrote user Jaspev. According to Jaspev, this type of example is exactly what we need. He added that if someone had the funds to help and give away for at least one person that's in need of food, money, or just a blanket, you should do it. Anything is helpful for someone that doesn't have any. About the day, Bliss told the news that it's incredible how a small gesture can create a difference in the world. You can impact the lives of those who are in need. A person that's apparently depressed sometimes just needs for you to acknowledge them. They'll be lit up. He also had a lot to say about the people that delivered the packages to the homeless men. They had a kindness that left him amazed. The couriers were sweet and caring. This is something that concerned Bliss about the project, the couriers' attitude, but he was positively pleased by their actions. They enjoyed the delivery and could tell that it meant something to them. The New York entrepreneur continues running his agency, but at the same time he hopes his actions can light a fire on the heart of those who encounter the video. He also hopes for Amazon to follow the information that he took that day to make the world a better day. The idea to continue helping those who are in need with little things that we take for granted on a daily basis.